Well, welcome everyone, Deanna. For our next in our mini Moodle workshop series, today we're going to be talking about making the most of discussion forums. I always have to put in the shameless plug for the remainder of our workshops. So please sign up. We have one more next week, and then we will be kicking these off again in the spring semester. So what is a discussion forum? It is an activity within Moodle, and it allows students and instructors to interact with one another, exchange ideas, posting comments, and it appears as part of a thread. Forums can be used in any type of course, whether it's online and in person, and it's really a great way to build community and engagement within both synchronous and asynchronous courses. And then finally, forums can be graded either manually or if you're utilizing a rubric, or if you're simply using the discussion as a way to introduce class participants to one another, you can actually mark it as not being graded as well. So there's a variety of different forums, and so I'll go through each briefly, but there is a simple discussion forum. And that is there's a single topic which everyone can reply to, but this cannot be used with groups in your class. Um, the next is each person posts one discussion, um, and next is a Q&A forum. Q&A is recommended if you do not want your students to see other students' responses before they post their own. They are only able to see those responses once they do their original post. Um, there's a standard forum displayed in a blog-like format. And then finally, the default is the standard forum for general use. So typically this or the Q&A forum are the ones that are used. With the standard forum for general use, the students are able to see other students' original posts before they post their own. So deciding on the type of forum really depends on the class that you're teaching, and whether you want students to form their own unique thoughts before they see other students. So next I'm going to go through the various settings within a forum, which really can make your forum unique to how you want it to be in your course. So the first is the description. And it's really important that you clearly outline the expectations for participation in the forum. So you want to have what the topic is. Say in addition to the original response, how many peers posts they must be responded to, and when those due dates are of the original posts and the responses. And then if you have any other expectations, such as APA format, minimum word, sentence, paragraph counts, citation requirements, things like that. So I've included an example here of very clear and concise directions for the student for the discussion post. Next is the availability. So this is if you want students to start responding at a certain date, and if there's a due date, if there's a cutoff date. So the great thing about setting these dates is that they then appear on the student's Moodle calendar and their listing of upcoming items. So it's a great way to keep students, additional way to keep students organized. Keep in mind with the availability, the due date is when all expectations of the assignment or the discussion has been met. So, for example, if a student needs to respond to two peers, you should have the due date be when the final expectation is due. Finally, you can set a cutoff date so that if you don't want students to be able to post after a certain date, you can set this. The default is that it's disabled. So if you would like a cutoff date, you need to enable this. Okay. The next setting is attachments and word count. So I've included a screenshot here of what the maximum attachment size is. It defaults to what our site upload limit is, which is a very large size file. So this is where I'll put the shameless plug in for attending our creating a YouTube channel. So we do highly recommend that either decreasing the size of what this attachment size max is, or if you're asking students to attach things such as a PowerPoint presentation, a video, things like that, not having them physically attach it in uploading it into the Moodle site. So they have the option of uploading through their Google Drive, so they can place a PowerPoint in there, or if it has narration, they can then create a YouTube channel and just simply put the link in there as well too. Then also, if you do have a minimum word count requirement that you put in the description, it is recommended that you turn on display word count, and that way it will clearly show the student where they're at with their word count in real time as they're typing within the discussion. So next is subscriptions and tracking. So this is all about when a student gets notifications about a discussion post. We know a lot of our students are using the Moodle app. And so a lot of the notifications, they'll get pop-ups on their phone or on their tablet, or if they're using the desktop application, they will get it within the little bell icon that's in the upper right-hand corner of their screen. They'll see new notifications there. So again, these are the default settings. So it's optional subscription and optional read tracking. So with subscription mode, when a student is subscribed to the forum, they'll receive those notifications. And so there's 4 different options that are available in that drop-down menu. Optional is a student can go in and choose to subscribe to this forum. And that means that they'll get those notifications. If you change it to a forced subscription, everyone is automatically subscribed and the student cannot go in and unsubscribe from this. So they'll automatically receive notifications. Keep in mind, when we say they're going to receive notifications, they will receive all notifications. So once they post, anytime anyone else posts, they are going to get that notification. So it is important to think about the quantity of notifications that a student may be getting, and that also may depend on the number of students in your class. So auto is everyone is subscribed, but then they can choose to unsubscribe at any time. And then finally, you can disable subscription. Read tracking is great because it allows participants to check which posts they haven't seen yet by highlighting new posts. So it is really nice if you turn that on, and that way students, especially if they have to respond to a variety of posts, they'll be able to clearly see which ones are new that they haven't seen yet. So next is whole forum grading. So by default, forums are set to be non-graded. So if you would like this to be a graded forum and then appear in your grade book, you will need to change a few settings in here. So the first is for grade, that would default to none. You would want to change that to point. And when you do that, additional grade settings are then going to display. So the default for a forum is 100 points. So again, if your forums are worth a different, and we're not talking what is their weight, but what is the maximum grade that they can receive for this forum. The grading method then defaults to simple direct grading, which is, so if a student has a maximum of grade of 100 and you read the posts and you feel that they met all requirements and you manually go in and you give them 100. You can, though, use advanced grading methods within a forum, just like you can with assignments. So if you have a rubric, you would simply change the grading method to rubric or grading guide, and then it will walk you through those additional steps. We did run a session on creating rubrics, so that recording will be available for everyone to refer back to. Next, if this forum belongs within a grade category within your grade book, you would need to click the drop down and choose which category it is going into. Um, Grade to pass, oftentimes this is left blank. The one exception I see is within some nursing courses if they have that minimum passing grade. And then finally, the default setting for notify students is no. What this means is when you grade the student will get a notification that they have a grade. So it is up to you whether you want the student to receive the automatic notification. Even if they don't receive the notification, once you put the grade in, as long as it's not hidden, it is immediately available for the student, whether they receive that notification or not. Next is restrict access. So restrict access is useful in forums, especially in those cross-listed courses that have undergraduate and graduate students in it. So if you want to have a discussion forum that only your undergraduates are going to participate in, and then a separate one just for your graduates, restricting access will allow you to do that. You will need to create your groups first within participants. And once you do that, you can then add the restriction from your pre-configured group within here. This can also be used if you have groups for group projects and you want those groups that are working on a project together to have their separate discussions as well too. Next is completion conditions. And in my opinion, this is one of the most important settings, not only within discussion posts, but any other assessment that you have within Moodle. One, because it will auto mark items as complete for the student. And the student will receive a little green circle next to the item in their course index if it's complete. So the default for discussion posts is that you have to add requirements, and it defaults to a student has to start one discussion and they have to post one reply. Now, oftentimes they have to post 2 replies. Sometimes it's 3 replies. So the instructor would need to go in here and update these settings to reflect what the requirements are for completion of the discussion post. You can also set a reminder on the timeline, and that would be for the students to remind them that they still have items to complete in order to meet the completion conditions for this forum. Now, certainly you could change it to there's no completion conditions, or students can manually mark it as done. But again, a student may manually mark a discussion post as done if they've done their original post, but not their replies. So I'd be very careful about having students manually mark a discussion post as complete. Okay, so again, my shameless plug. Here is the QR code. So we highly encourage you to sign up for any further workshops that we're offering. And then this QR code will also work when we schedule these for the spring semester. And now I will open the floor up for any questions.
I have to change my camera, sorry. I have a quick question,
Sure.
and this was very helpful because I didn't know you could set these completion conditions or that I could add a rubric in for a discussion post. So that's awesome. I use rubrics all the time.
Right.
Saves so much on grading. I hate that I have to pop back out and go to the grade book. So fantastic. Really appreciate this.
Good.
I watched the YouTube channel, How to Make It. I do have a YouTube channel. What I missed, and I'm sure it was covered and I just missed it. What is the best way to put your YouTube videos into Moodle so it's not taking up a lot of space? And can you also, with the discussion board post, I guess, be a little more explicit at the preferred way for students. I like them to post a video rather of them talking through something rather than typing. I just feel like it's a little more personal. I get to see their face.
Mhm.
So what is the best way for me to encourage them to do that? I've been having them just click the button where you upload a video or record a video, how you have
Yeah.
that option to
Yep.
record directly.
Yeah.
Um, but like if they're doing a presentation or something, that won't work because they don't screen share. But so what's the best way to do those things?
Yeah, so with the record video option within Moodle, we do have it set at a 2-minute limit. It is
Yeah.
and that is simply so that it doesn't take up a lot of our
Right.
file storage space. But Ryan, I'm going to have you pick up as far as the remainder of Deanna's question.
Yeah, so when you have your own YouTube channel, um,
Mm-hmm.
and you're trying to bring the video in, it's going to be largely context dependent. Like let's say you're working in like a larger text and media area, there is the ability to copy and paste what's called an embed code from YouTube and put it into that text and media area if you're comfortable doing that. The other more viable option, I think it's going to be more comfortable for most folks. Whoop.
I'm here.
Oh,
So
there's. Sorry, I thought you. Whoop, thought we lost you.
I'm
Um,
here.
is the video module within Moodle itself, where you can copy and paste the link from the YouTube video into that video module, and it will appear as its own artifact within Moodle itself. It kind of depends on how you want to arrange the content within your course. You and I have talked about H5P as well.
Yeah. I
So,
love
like,
that.
if you're working with an H5P element, like let's say interactive book, which I know you've had a lot of experience, you simply add in the video part
Right.
to a page within an H5P interactive book, and then you just copy and paste the YouTube link directly from there. It like so like I'm hesitant to prescribe one method because it's going to largely depend on
Okay.
how you
So if
want to
I'm
organize
doing
that
like
content.
I'm doing like my 10-minute little brief content review for the week,
Right.
and I want to upload that video. So
Then,
instead
yep.
of just downloading my MP4 from Zoom and uploading it, that the preferred way is to upload it to YouTube, make it a YouTube video, share the link. But then do I just copy the link in the like I'll go into the week and then under settings where I would type the
Yep.
description or the assignments or whatever, just put the link there, or do I use the video button where I'm uploading the video?
Uh,
Do you want
so
me to go into Moodle? Is
yeah,
that easier?
yeah, actually, yeah, because I could bring up Moodle as well too, if you don't mind me hijacking
No,
your
no,
screen
please.
here.
Oh, I don't know.
Let me just load it up real quick.
I just want to make sure I'm doing the best
No,
way.
Yep.
and
And I'm
sometimes
sure you said
it's
it and
just
I just
easier.
didn't catch it.
And sometimes it's just easier just to show it off.
I
Right.
I definitely learned better by seeing it. And truthfully, sometimes I'm listening while I'm doing something, so I'm
Oh yeah,
educated.
yeah.
But
No,
I love
totally.
that they're recorded so I can go back.
Give me one moment here.
Yeah, no, no, thank you. And the H5P things are still okay to use?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Don't take away my fun. They're so time consuming, but they're great.
They are, but the students love them, so.
That was not what I wanted to open up. It's fine. All right. I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants here. I didn't expect to.
Sorry. I
No,
can
no,
go
you're
with mine
good.
if
You're
you
good.
want.
I'm opening up like a dummy course on top of
Okay.
everything else. So here I've just got like my weird faculty training course that I just kind of use every once in a while. Let me move this out of the way. And I want to bring a video in. So I'm in my current YouTube channel. I just want to take one of these videos and I want to bring it in. So from here, under the options, I can get my shareable link.
Mm-hmm.
All that does, and it brings up a little prompt. It's the link is copied now to my clipboard. That's
Yep.
what it's doing in there. So let's say, kind of similar to what you're talking about here. I've got my start here kind of section here. I can go
Yep.
in, I can edit that section.
Yep.
There's nothing in there because I just used for training. The easiest and simple way is along this top bar, and this is kind of changed somewhat with the new 4.5 stuff is they have this multimedia button.
Yep,
That's that
that's usually
video,
what I do.
right?
Put the
That's that
link right
video thing
there.
that I'm talking about there. So the source URL is normally you'd go and like you'd search up within a Moodle repository somewhere, someplace local. For the source URL, all we're going to do is just we're going to paste that YouTube link into it.
So do that as opposed to, so what I've been doing was using the video upload, and that's what we don't want
Right.
to do.
Yeah, and
Okay,
that's a completely separate button over here, record video, that type of thing.
right. And then,
Yep.
but even in the multimedia, what I would do is because I would download my video
Is it
from
here?
Zoom, and then I would have, and then I would use that to upload it, and it would show it like that. So
Uh,
just do the URL from YouTube.
yeah,
And yeah.
either or will work. It kind of depends on what you want to do with it. So, like in this instance, I've got the link and the here, save changes. Let's just display it. So here I've got the link and it'll open straight up to YouTube. That's great. That's fine. Or the video here will also show.
I do like when the video itself shows because they need their
Yep.
hands held.
So
Okay.
either option's available.
Okay.
I don't think I have an H5P one here with a video in it. But it would be the same similar sort of process, right? So if you've got your
Yeah, I mean, if
book and you've got your
H5P
video
has it
lecture,
already in it,
yeah,
then it's set,
it's
right?
much easier within H5P, frankly,
Okay.
which is also an option. So
My only fear with H5P is it comes up like a tab rather than like in their face.
oh,
So
sure.
Right.
I always say in my videos, like, please be sure to look at the H5P modules. That's where your content is. That's where the stuff is. I kind
Yeah.
of wish it was there, like
Just more like in your
when
face.
you open it,
Right.
like
Yeah.
there was a preview even or something, but I don't, I mean, I tell them to do it, so I hope they do it, but
Just
okay.
to show you real quick, because the other option, and this is not a great way to do this. Let me go back up into here. If you're comfortable doing it, I'm going to get rid of both of these. Is YouTube has the option. This is just the power of YouTube. If I go directly into the video, and if you right click on the video, it brings up a whole bunch of options.
Okay.
So you can just straight copy the video URL, starts it from the beginning. If you have like a very long lecture or there's a long video that you're linking to, you can copy the video URL at a specific time. So you would just fast forward to whatever that timestamp is, and the video
That's
will
nice.
start from there, which is great. The other option is copy and embed code. This is a little bit more advanced, but I'm kind of trusting you with this here. If you copy the embed code, it gives you a special type of copy and pastable code. On the Moodle side, it requires you to do a little finagling here. So
Okay.
if you're in Moodle, and once again, I'm just in like that start here description thing.
Yep.
Under the description, if I go to view, and then I view source code, then what it does is it kind of breaks open the text module, and I can go in, and if you're comfortable with using HTML, here's a paragraph, then you can go in and you kind of make it your own. I do that with some folks' courses if they want something really custom. But because I have this new embed code in my clipboard, if I paste it in, it gives me this long nonsensical thing. There's a whole gyroscope nonsense. YouTube's weird. What that will then do is it will embed the video right in that way, and it's a little more robust, a little more powerful. It's definitely advanced. If you're not comfortable with it, just avoid it. I just want to show it as an option.
So you're just copying that embed code under
Right.
under view. Okay.
Yep. Then I go to view, source code, and then you can see here it's giving me this weird iframe artifact. Don't worry about the definition too much. That's for me.
I won't.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
I like it. All right. So I will
Thanks, Ryan.
stop recording on Zoom and transfer them all to YouTube and okay.
Well, here's the thing. You can
Got it.
record it on Zoom.
And then upload that to YouTube.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I don't have
don't
to-
interrupt your workflow too much.
Can you
Yes, if that's
stop?
what the process you're comfortable with, then you can
Yeah.
certainly continue with that.
Can I stop a video? Like you can start it at a certain point. Can you stop it at a certain point?
Not directly from
I don't think
YouTube.
so.
No.
Okay, that's okay. I've been trying to be smarter and I was recording my videos and then kind of doing everything like this is the review of the content and then this is a review for the week. And then I'm like, you're such an idiot. Now you have to re-record the content every time you do the course. Where if I did that separate, then I could just do a separate video for and reuse it
Okay.
and
All
do a
right.
separate video for the record for
I'm
the week.
sharing it again.
So,
Hold on. So once you're in your uh once the video is uploaded, right?
yep.
I can go in and let's take a look at the details. YouTube does have a I would call it insignificant video editor. It's not robust at all. But let's say you want to just shave off the first 10 seconds and shave off the last 30 seconds. You do
Uh-huh.
have the ability to do that within YouTube itself.
Okay. Ah, good
Once
to know.
again,
So when I
it's
talk about dates or something at the end of another video, I can,
You
okay.
can. Yeah.
right.
Because it's usually that. It's at the very beginning or the very end
Yep.
where I'm being more specific. Okay.
Yeah, the other option, if you want to, like, if you like, you're recording a video and you're like, your first 30 minutes are great, and then you have to sneeze, and you really want to cut out that sneeze somewhere in there. That's where a tool like Canva, if you upload the video to Canva, you can edit it a little more robustly there. It's much more user friendly.
Okay.
Yeah, YouTube's video editor, not great. It's designed for like you've already edited this thing in some other tool, some
Right.
other app, and now you're just bringing it in for display.
Okay.
Well, I think Deanna can start leading some of these now.
Good.
No,
Take some off my plate.
no,
All right. Do you
I
have any
don't
other
have any room
questions,
on my
Deanna?
plate.
Do you have any other questions? Otherwise, I'll just stop the recording.
I think that's it. I think so. I appreciate it.